Welcome back, trainers, and we have a crazy video. We're going to be taking a look at Fire Blast, Alolan, Shadow Marowak, as well as Shadow Girafarig, one-shotting things with Thunderbolt, and then we do have Shadow Craterly, another Shadow team that I honestly didn't intentionally put together, but it just so happened to work that way. So let's have a little fun here, folks. Let's make this short and sweet, one-shot some stuff, and have a little fun. If you do enjoy my content, please give it a thumbs up. If you want to support me, please give it a thumbs up. It really does help me out quite a bit. You have no idea how much it puts me in a good mood, and it just makes the commentary that much better. With that said, though, folks, let's go ahead and get right into this here and see what we have going on. Down goes Girafarig, bringing in the Shadow Craterly up against the Emolga here. We're going to go ahead and go for that Rock Slide, of course. And they're catching. Oh, spicy catch. Now, we do have Knocked Out. We'll see Marowak is kind of warming up right now. He's the star of the show. And the other Pokemon are kind of just getting the battlefield ready for it, right? So we'll see it in the next battle here. Okay, so yeah, Knocked Out is always solid. I don't know, I put Marowak on the team because I just felt like I just wanted a little bit more coverage here. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Anyways, Emolga coming back into the battle, going for Shadow Ball. They're shielding it up and farming me down, which is going to leave them with a decent amount of energy here, bringing in Cradily. And even Acrobatics is not going to take me out. I'm going to go ahead and just call that, and that's a discharge. Sounds good to me. Going for a Rock Slide, and we're going to go ahead and take that win here. And we're looking good. Now let's go ahead and get into the one-shot fun. Let's go. Girafarig in the lead for now. We're going to put Marowak in the lead in a bit here because the algorithm started to get a little crazy on me here. All right, what do we got? Arachnoid. All right. Eridos. Get those bugs mixed up sometimes. All right, so we're going to go, of course, for the Psychic Fangs here. Thunderbolt is not what we want to do in this situation. It's super effective as well, plus stab and shadow damage. Yeah, let's go. Double kick on Girafarig is freaking amazing, folks. If you haven't given it a shot, I urge you to give it a try. It's really good. It's a pretty nice lead. It really depends on how the game wants to counter you, though. All right, so we're going down. We're going to be able to farm down with the Marowak, which is going to be building up our energy here. And they're bringing in a Lantern. Not good for me, so we're going to go ahead and swap and bring in our Cradily, and they're going to be bringing in Knocked Owl here. Now, we're not in a great position. That Lantern does have energy. We will not be taking out, like, one-shotted with the Marowak with the Surf because it's just not enough. Marowak can take a hit. It's actually pretty good. And the IVs on it are amazing if you did not see those in the beginning. I personally think, one of the best Great League Pokemon for Shadows is going to be Marowak. I absolutely love this damn thing, especially with Fire Blast, taking them by surprise. It's amazing. Bone Club works great too. If you do not have Shadow Bone, Shadow Ball works, but if you're running a Shadow, you may want to go with Shadow Bone because it's pretty much doing as much as a Shadow Ball, a little less, but you also do have the chance of lowering the defense. All right, what's going on here? We've got no more shields. We need to get to the Shadow Bone. That first one did enough, and I was thinking, yeah, we got this in the bag. This is going to be enough to KO, and Marowak taking the win for us here. I know no Fire Blasts or Thunderbolts yet, but just hang tight. We're going to see those in a minute, and they're going to be coming in the best possible time when I need it the most. Swapping to Marowak lead, and we get a Swampert the first battle. You see this crap? Yeah. All right, we need to land this Thunderbolt, folks. Here we go. Let's one-shot. Let's start it off right now at about 3 minutes, 35 seconds, taking out the Pidgeot, and we just flipped this battle. That was it. Horrible lead. Decent swap, I guess, into a Pidgeot, but one-shotting it was the game flipper, literally. We've got Cradily here, so that's one water type. I don't know. I don't think they're gonna have two, so we'll just obviously bring in Cradily. I mean, bring in Marowak. So we've got one shield left. We're gonna go ahead and let this go here, hitting me with a Hydro Cannon and retreating. Do believe that was a flyer of sorts. What was that? A Knocked Owl. Okay, so we swap into our Marowak. Now, we need to get to Fire Blast here, folks. Shadow Ball is going to freaking one-shot us pretty much. They go for Sky Attack. I'm like, no. We get to the Fire Blast. Is this going to be enough to KO? It should. It's freaking Fire Blast plus Stab. All right, yeah. And Shadow. Bringing in the Swampert, farming up a little bit more. And I was getting nervous that they might be able to get to 2. And we take them out. All right, Cradily taking the win for us there. Nice Thunderbolt by Girafarig and Fire Blast to the Knocked Owl. All right, we have a legend here, so we had a good lead. We swap in Girafarig. They bring in their Vigoroth and they back out. I'm not going to say anything bad about them or anything. They backed out because it was horrible. So just to go to show, just because a legend is up against you doesn't mean like they're God tier. Even they know when they get hit by the algorithm, it's time to back the frick out, right? Anyways, what do we got going on here? Swapping going on. They bring in the lantern. We bring in the well, I don't know who swapped first. I wasn't paying attention because I was yapping. But anyways, what's going on here? Getting the grass knot through, of course, because they're going to bring in the counter right after this. There's no need for us to shield that up, farm them down. And yeah, that Vigoroth. So we're going to go for the grass knot here just because it's doing a little bit more damage, and I don't think I'm going to be able to get to another rock slide. Ain't happening. Yeah, down we go, and we do a ton. Over half of their health. They immediately swap into a Dunsparce. I bring in the Girafarig, and this is why Girafarig is so good. Let's go. All right. No Thunderbolts, no Fire Blast for this one here, but still putting in the work. These two make a great team together. Love it. All right, so if you're curious, does Girafarig get hit by Ghost for neutral, or is it super effective? It's not very effective, actually. So, yeah. Psychic, that's resisting Ghost. Gotta love it. Anyways, going for the Psychic Fangs. We're shielding this up. Going for another one. This is going to be very close. And with all that energy being used, they're not getting to a Bulldoze if they even have Bulldoze, right? So we go for the Psychic Fangs. They shield it up. And we are nervous, I think. Well, I don't know. Let's see what happens here. All right, Body Slam. I just hit Fire Blast. Yep. Okay. There's your incredible Fire Blast one shot. Look at that. So much health. Good game. All right, moving it on to the next one here. Knocked Out. That's not a good lead for us. Not really good whatsoever because we got to land Fire Blast. And by the time we get there, it's going to be like, well, yeah, that's going to be a Fire Blast. So I think I'll just shield that up after sitting here for like 30 seconds. So they're retreating, though. We go for Fire Blast on the Vigoroth. Come on, come on. Oh, baby, we freaking one-shot them pretty much. A couple more fire spins. We are down a shield, unfortunately, so let's see what happens. But that was amazing, landing a Fire Blast and pretty much one-shotting Vigoroth. I immediately swap into my Girafarig here and go for the Psychic Fangs, as I do want to preserve the Marowak. All right, so letting that go, Shadow Ball. There you go, look at that. Shadow Ball is not very effective, bud. It's not very effective, bud. What you doing over there? All right, so we go for the Psychic Fangs, and they're taking us out. Unfortunately, I think they have energy ready to go, so we'll bring in the Cradily to just kind of absorb this, seeing that it can take the hits a little bit better than the well, one-shot it, essentially, if we bring in the Marowak. And they've got an Obstagoon in the back. Yeah, this is not looking particularly great here. Now, Night Slash is obviously super effective, plus Stab. But it is not going to be enough since they did not raise their attack. So I get desperate here. I'm just going to go for the Shadow Bone and yeah, get a shield out of them here. I mean, really, it doesn't really matter if I get a shield or not anymore because this is pretty much a wrap. Night Slash. Oh my goodness, and we take them out and take the win. That was so damn close. Let's keep it moving here. All right, so leading with Marowak, met with a Talonflame. This is fine. Yeah, this is no problem at all as we do resist the fire here. We just got to look out for that Brave Bird as we are going to be able to hit pretty hard with this Shadow Bone here. Letting it go, bringing them into the low red. Great. If we call this is going to be great. All right, we call the Brave Bird. Fantastic. Unfortunately, we are down a shield, but we do have a decent amount of energy here. And of Swampert, of course. So we're going to go ahead and go for Shadow Bone, which is going to still do a lot. Right, and we're getting their first shield out of them. I immediately swap into the Girafarig so that they can't get too much farm here. And I do want to kind of hold on to that Marowak. They're going to be retreating with energy on that Swampert and bringing in a Vigoroth. Now this is good since the Swampert is a bit low. We do have to remember they have energy, but we have the Cradily to handle that with the rock or with the grass moves, right? So Vigoroth is, I mean, it's not so much that it's doing so much damage. It's just that Girafarig can't take a hit. Right, so I bring in the Marowak to kind of just force them to start using up their energy here. Perfect, exactly. This is exactly what I want to happen. And we can let this go, technically. It's not even a flex. We just, letting it go. And we take the win there. Looking good. Moving it on. What are we going to see with the Marowak? Are we going to get a Fire Blast off or a Thunderbolt? Net with a Munchlax. Now, I did not know it had, was it Tackle? Thought it might have Lick. So we could have stayed there. But, well, whatever. So we swap into our Cradily and they bring in a Galvantula, which is still good as we are going to be resisting the electric. The lunge is going to do a hell of a lot of damage. We're pretty much one-shotting us. Yeah, I probably should have shielded that up. Oops. All right, so Rock Slide, super effective, plus shadow damage and stab. So they're going to be using both shields. Okay. Now, if they hit me with a discharge, we will survive that. Hitting me with a lunge. Now, I suspect they're going to go for a discharge now as, is pretty much going to KO. Let's see what happens here. I'm going to shield it up. Another lunge. All right, so they've dropped my attack by 2 stages. So we're down by 2 stages. Okay, bringing back that Munchlax. I thought this would do more, this Fire Blast here. Unfortunately, it's only doing about half since we were debuffed by 2 stages with our attack. Immediately swapping into the Girafarig to keep on holding on to that Marowak here, and they've got an Abomasnow Shadow in the back, which is taking super effective from our double kick, and it's just squishy in general. Plus we got the Marowak in the back. We're looking pretty good here. We're gonna let this go, no problem at all. Energy Ball taking us out, bringing in Marowak to farm them down, still holding on to one shield, and we take the win. Let's go. All right, next battle, what are we gonna see here? Oh, Tropius. Okay, yeah, well, that's a great lead here. That Razor Leaf is really doing a lot of damage, almost as if it's not even resisted. Damn, that's a strong move, right? Shielding it up, didn't care what it was going to be here. Now, I go for the Shadow Bone because I figure they might want to shield up themselves. Alright, I mean, they're so low. I mean, why would I went for freaking Fire Blast there? Oh my goodness, pay attention, Poke. Alright, so they swap into their Lantern. It's 1-to-1 shield. I bring in Cradily. This is great. This is great. The serves do start to add up here, as we are part rock. We're not completely resisting it, but we can resist it enough to take the win here. Going for the Grass Knot, and they're going to be using their last shield. Oh, okay. Like where this is going. Now, we don't have to go for Grass Knot. We can go for Rock Slide at this point, so we're going to farm up a little extra so we have energy ready to go. But I think we're so low that the Tropius is going to be able to quick move us down. Oh, never mind. I forgot it's so low. So it's going to immediately throw as soon as it gets into the fight here. We start farming up with Marowak. They're shieldless, and I'm like, oh, a Fire Blast is incoming, but unfortunately, what was that? Pyroar is part normal, so Fire Blast would be useless. I just go for the Shadow Bone, swap into the Girafarig, and that's Battle Rat. Folks, if you did enjoy this video, please give it a thumbs up. Subscribe if you're new, and I'll be catching you all next time. Take care.
Hey! So you're finally here! Fantastic! You will see, more is all you need. Dedicated to how I'm killing you. Obey your master. Your life burns faster. Obey your master. Come calling faster. Where's the dreams that I've been after? Obey your master. Promised only lies. Your life